Yes. Uh, Chapter 33. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Now, this commandment of the blessing, it's more blessed to give than to receive. Ouch. Now, I did think about being blessed, and I've been blessed for a long time. And yesterday I mentioned the woes. Yes. The consolation of knowing that I have my sons. Yes. And then the lawsuits that will follow. Now, I just wanted to mention, brethren, yes, those in the brotherhood. Mm. There are some things that I'm going to do as a man. I'm big into recycling. Yes. See these golf courses 20 miles down, and every residence on every golf course and country club that thought, well, I could be a doctor for my whole life, and then I could watch videos or read emails about child abduction, child abuse, and child neglect. And I could not be held liable as a mandatory reporter. Poop. I just want to know every residence around every golf course and every golf club, where you thought you couldn't get sued for your actual membership and your personal residence. I can increase the liability. That's what I can do. I can continue making videos. I can continue documenting crime. And then eventually you will have to do what the law says. And the thought of my wife having custody of my sons, yes, that the requirements of law were not enforced before issuing the dissolution of marriage, yeah. Well, you're going to have to give me custody of them, and they're going to have to reside with me. And considering my current financial condition, yeah, you're going to have to give me a large amount of victims' resources. Yes. And then I'm going to speak to some attorneys because I will. And then these matters that you say that are too important for me, that a homeless man could not speak to an attorney. Yes. I think I can speak to an attorney. And then I can sue those that are mandatory reporters. And I can take their personal residences and their golf and country club memberships. Yes. And if I find anything under a golf club, a country club, or any personal residence of any person that I'm suing, yes, that does not belong there, I will not only sue them. Oh my gosh, you didn't decide to have super top secret bunkers where you're going to keep all the lookalikes underneath country clubs and golf courses. Well, then it'll be another lawsuit and another lawsuit and another lawsuit. I will sue into oblivion those that are mandatory reporters. Mm-mm. So GPS the location, get me their phone numbers. Yes, get me the lexicon, right. And then get me all the homesteaded properties that have been sold to be able to make golf courses. Yes, and country clubs. There could have been some shenanigans involved in the actual purchase of any large amount of property that originally had been homesteaded. Now, this, brethren, yeah, those in the brotherhood, pooch. I had noticed that a lot of individuals, they actually purchase used goods. I thought that I would buy up all the secondhand stores, all the Goodwills. Phew. See, there's one way to recycle where you use garbage, something that's been put into the earth. Yeah. There's another way to do it where you buy all the books and all the used items that cost less than $5. Yeah. You walk in and you say, I will buy everything that costs $5 or less. Yeah, but I'll pay you 20 cents on the dollar. Yes. Cost me $1 for every item. I will recycle all the clothing. Yes, you will. I'll recycle all the books. See, these are the natural resources of today's world. Now, when you think of autoclave, right, and you think of what people are actually going to purchase, yes, a lot of this can be converted into new goods that are saleable because of the recycling that I'm involved in. Yeah. Could you get me the actual employees of every secondhand store? Oh, every Serenity. Get me the actual employees and the GPS location. See, what I thought I'd do is I'd walk through every city of the United States. And I'd go through all the secondhand stores and I'd say, well, I'd like to buy up all your used merchandise that costs less than $5 an item. Yeah, infusing a large amount of cash into those establishments. Yes, you would. Then I'd take all the books, and a lot of times when you're thinking about incineration, yes, let's say you had a few tons of books that you know nobody's going to buy. They've been sitting on the shelf for years. They cost $1 to $2. Yes, but I pay 20 cents on the dollar. I put them all together with some other used products and I incinerate them. Now, I think the amount of electricity that is able to be manufactured, yes, through the incinerating of unnecessary books in secondhand stores and used bookstores, yeah, Goodwill, will more than compensate myself for the 20 cents on the dollar. Yes. Now you have to look at it. A ton of paper products compressed together. Yes. And then you throw some shit in it. Yeah. Maybe just a slight amount of radiation. In fact, I was thinking of satellites last night, and I'd like to get all the garbage in space. Yes. All the used satellites that are no longer operational. Yes. Could you find every satellite that is not turned on at this very moment that could belong to a bank? Yes. A private corporation or an individual that consider themselves billionaires that decided, well, I'm just not turning it on until I want to use it because they have some sort of remote control system. Yeah. I thought that I would redesign the space shuttle. Yes, you would. I'd go up there and I'd use a type of magnetic retractor beam. Yes. It's kind of like putting a fishing line on a winch. Yes. Winch go in the front of trucks. Yes. And I'd shoot it out there. I'd attach the magnet to a satellite that is not operational. Yes. And then I'd winch it back to my redesigned space shuttle. Yeah. And I'd transport it back to Earth and I'd recycle all the parts that were on it. I'm big into recycling and I like to know all the space junk right now. And every satellite above every nation that is not turned on, that is not being right now, it's obviously broken. Now, if you wanted to turn your satellites on today, I'd like to know which of them are operational, which of them are not. Because I am going to invest X number of, well, it could be hundreds of millions of dollars in a redesigned space shuttle. Yes. That's really a type of space garbage truck. Yes. So as to pull in every piece of space junk right now, you piece of shit. Now, I know you're a private individual. There should be some sort of manufacturing receipt of every satellite in space. I'm going to need to know all of those involved in the manufacturing, yes, and the sale, yes, of every satellite for the last 60 years and whether or not their satellite's still operational by those that purchased it. Because I'll go up there and I'll pull in every fucking satellite.